What up, my fellow suffering victims of consumption? Mama's Ashram got a new feature. We will teach yoga from today on. Madhev, my dude, will do these classes pretty early in the morning. But Madhev, you can tell us more about it. Let me share the post.
Welcome to Mama's Ashram, boys and girls. And yeah, I'm starting to teach yoga, and I would love to see all of you in the classes. And
Uh,
early morning or not, or depends where you are from, because we've got members from all across the world. So we can discuss that. Maybe we can make a separate group for Germans and separate for Australians or whatever. Let's just talk about yoga for now. So the style that I'm going to teach is Hatha yoga,
of
and it's going to be
course.
beginner friendly. And of course, this timing, 6 to 7 a.m., is IST, Indian Standard Time.
Right.
Uh, so if you are from anywhere else, we can discuss. We can make a separate batch for that. Or we could do private classes online. And then, of course, there will be philosophy, complementary philosophy, and Sanskrit chanting classes on Sundays.
Right.
And
Sounds beautiful, man.
yeah,
Sounds cool. But like, there are so many hatha or there are so many yoga classes in total out there, everybody's doing that. I,
right, right,
in
right.
my view. And so, what is the difference between Mama's Ashram's hatha yoga and the usual stuff that is out there?
Yeah, I think the those who already follow us and who've seen our videos already have the answer that yoga is not, just a physical exercise. I think we've all heard it so many times. Then what is it? Uh, Yoga is a philosophy, one of the six philosophies. Yoga Darshan, it is one of the six philosophies of Vedic thought. And it will be taught in a way that how a philosophy is taught. It will have a lot of strength and a lot of flexibility work, a lot of physical work, but not just that. It will be taught as a philosophy, how it was supposed to be always. There was one person who told me that a yoga teacher is like a therapist in one's
Mm.
life, and that is how it was in the ancient times. It
Yeah,
was
this
not
is how it
just
should be. Yeah,
yeah. And to be a philosopher and to be a therapist is to be a philosopher, and
absolutely.
to be a philosopher is to be a thinker. And for those who are here for the first time, maybe check check Mama's Ashram out.
Yeah,
It is all
check
we
us
already
out
talked.
first.
And for those who know us, I think for them it'll make more sense. And I just like to incite them to start this practice. Maybe give it a try once for a month
Yeah,
and
beautiful, man. And I'm
observe the
really excited
changes.
for this to happen because also when I met Madhev for the first time and was in India in a 200-hour yoga course for a month or 1.5, I guess. Um, and man, let me tell you, there were Westerns, a lot of Westerns in our class, but there were also some Indians, and I couldn't get along with any of them, man. There was this view of totally materialistic asana focused view. Yeah, they had the course was great, man. They had like philosophy, they had autonomy and whatever. And the teachers were also great, but they couldn't bring the message across because it was too much Western mind influenced audience. And I'm also saying that about the Indians who were there, because India gets hugely influenced, of course, by the West as well. Um, so me and Madhav and one other guy, we because in philosophy we wanted to go further, but the audience wouldn't let us. Because when our teacher, for example, said that Hatha yoga is actually a tantric style or it's tantra, they couldn't grasp what that means. You know,
Yeah.
they were just confused. Yeah. So we started talking about philosophy classes after the class in the evening, and it was just a few people who would join us after, but Madhev could bring the essence of the classes very well into a Western mind or Western understanding. So it was always really enlightening for those who came with us to discuss these classes afterwards. So I
Oh,
recommend Madhav as a teacher, man. Beautiful shit.
wow. That melted me. Thank you, Malte. Uh, and yeah, to send this message across to the West requires you to uh, know the mindset and the philosophy of the West, so you can link the both.
Right.
Uh, and
And that's what we do in mamasashram, man.
that's what we do. Yeah. And so yeah, you should totally come to the classes, and there will be a lot of strength work for sure. You will be exhausted physically, fuck yeah, but uh, there also will be a lot of philosophy and reason that why is this happening. For example, I'll tell you, Hatha yoga in every single yoga teacher training course, also in ours, 200 and 300 both, was taught as a Hatha, sun and moon. That is perfect, accurate. But then sun and moon were translated as Pingala and Ida, which are the two nadis, which
Mm.
is wrong translation. It is never about Pingala and Ida. Her here, the sun means prana, and tha means apana, which is another prana. And yoga is union. So you're supposed to bring your prana downwards because prana flows upwards. You're supposed to pull it down and push your apana upwards, which is a downward flowing prana, and then unite them and push them into your sushumna nadi. And there they'll meet kundalini and push that up. And when it reaches agya, that is yoga. And that is where Raja Yoga begins. Raja Yoga is not uh, Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga. That is wrong translation. So yeah,
Right.
there is a
Yeah.
lot of there's deep philosophy, and of course we will not go into Sushumna Nadis and Kundalini in our yoga classes. No, it will be just focused on health and holistic health, not on enlightenment. We will talk about it. We will think about it. We'll do other practices that might help us walk towards enlightenment.
Right.
Yeah.
As you
So
already see, man, Madhav can talks forever, can go on forever about this stuff, and he has a lot of background knowledge. As there are so many misconceptions out there. There are so many nuances that the common mind or the common view is totally wrong about. Yeah, and we try to lift that up and bring you real hatha yoga and not some bullshit.
yeah, and let's just show that how you can enroll for this classes. Malte, if you scroll a bit
Yeah.
up, you just go to our page on Mama's Ashram, and there you'll find. Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's come down, come down, come. Go to read more. Mehr Eis and Seichen, whatever.
It's
Yeah,
German. Yeah.
yeah,
Read
and then
more.
you fill out this Google form. That is how you enroll for the classes. Or you can just text me on Instagram. I'll tell you how to do stuff,
All
and then
right.
we'll start.
Cool.
We'll start either thing the batch. Yeah, the batch, the new batch will start on 22nd of September. But if in case you want to join later, you can join later. There's no problem. And I
Easy.
would love to see you guys there. And Malte will be there for
Um,
sure.
sure. All right. Peace out, my guys.
Peace.
That's it
Namaste,
for
boys.
today.